You have the best welterweight, going up against clearly the best middleweight. What a big day of boxing Saturday on HBO. An entire day into the night. Starts out in the afternoon as Gennady Golovkin puts his middleweight title on the line against unbeaten welterweight champion Kell Brook. Later on, from Los Angeles, it's going to be Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez taking on Carlos Cuadras. Between these four world champions, 151-0-1 with 122 knockouts. Does it get any better than that? Time to stock up on your Tecate and enjoy a long day of pugilistic action.
And the crowd responds to Triple G.
Gennady Golovkin may just be the best fighter on the planet. Here's a guy that had over 300, we don't know how many amateur fights, reported to be well over 300. And as a pro, he's unbeaten. He is just a complete wrecking machine. Power in both hands, not the greatest speed in the world, but just the ability to cut off the ring. The other thing that Golovkin does better than anybody in boxing is punching over and under and, coming up underneath and then coming over the top, especially with that right hand of his that you can't see coming. Again, I also think that he has a good chin. We don't know it because he's never really been hurt, so that's kind of the sign that he has a tremendous chin. Just the subtleties, too, that he does. One of the things he does probably better than anybody else is body punching. I mean, he is a tremendous body puncher. He starts it out early, and everything comes off with him, a jab. And this will shock everybody. I'll compare him to Floyd Mayweather. What he really does best is think. He thinks inside the squared circle. Floyd does it off a defensive posture. Gennady does it off an offensive posture. In other words, he's thinking about how I'm going to dismantle this guy in front of me, break him down, and take him out.
From Sheffield, Kell Brook.
In my eyes, the reason Kell Brook is the best welterweight on the planet is he's a guy that possesses all the skills, good size for a welterweight, especially by today's standards. I think he's fought as high as 155 pounds in the past. Good jab, good right hand, good left hook, really nice right uppercut, power in both hands, quick feet. He's a little bit, maybe more puncher-boxer than boxer-puncher because he has a lot of power and he hits with a lot of authority. Usually when he punches, he's punching hard and pretty fast. This will be the 9th time that you have a reigning welterweight champion taking on a reigning middleweight champion, and only 2 times the welterweight has prevailed, and it goes back to the Polo Grounds, 1925, and the toy bulldog, Mickey Walker, battling Harry Greb. Greb got the best of him in the fight. The only time that the welterweight has gotten the best and wrested the title from the middleweight, both times it involved the great Sugar Ray Robinson. The first time, he took the title from Jake LaMotta in their 6th and final battle. And then Carmen Basilio, as a welterweight champion, was able to defeat Sugar Ray Robinson. The last time, 26 years ago, the Magic Man Marlon Starling took on Michael Second to None, and Michael Nunn at the time was a pretty good-sized middleweight taking on a sort of smallish, welterweight. And in the end, size made the difference. And usually in the history of these two weight divisions, size does make a difference. Kell Brook is a big, strong, solid welterweight. I just don't think the overall size will be that big of a difference. In fact, I will almost guarantee that when these two guys walk into that O2 Arena, Kell Brook will be the heavier man by, I would bet, 5 to 10 pounds. I think what Gennady Golovkin has to do to win this fight is simply be himself. Just fight the way he fights. Not get caught up in anything that's going on with the crowd there. Not get caught up with anything that Brook is doing. Just go about your game plan of cutting the distance, taking away the guy's best stuff with your own stuff, and eventually breaking him down and knocking him out. For Kell Brook to be successful on September the 10th, number one, he's going to be before a partisan crowd there, going crazy for him. One of his best attributes in this fight, when Gennady gets on the inside, grab him, tie him up, let the referee break him, and go back to boxing 101. That's his only chance. This fight will be one to really pay attention to early, and it'll be a fun fight to score, I think, or probably a difficult one, because I think Kell Brook, fueled by the momentum of that partisan crowd, is going to get off to a good start. He's a quick-handed fighter. He has quick feet. I think he'll get off to a lead, but I think over time, systematically, Gennady will break him down, beat him up, and stop him. I think he'll knock him out, knock Brook out somewhere after the 9th round, and I think it'll be that right hand over the top that'll be the coup de grace. So just when we're recovering from the excitement that I think will be Triple G and Kell Brook, it'll be time to grab yourself another Tecate, because halfway around the world in LA is going to be Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez stepping up in weight to take on Carlos Cuadras, 80-0 with 65 KOs between these two. And this one I really think is going to be an excellent matchup. Cuadras is a guy that he's naturally 10 pounds bigger than Chocolatito. And as Roman's gone up a little bit, he's dominating, but he's not destroying anymore. And I think this guy is a bigger guy. He's quick, he's fast, he's got good movement. He's not a devastating puncher, but I think this will be a really, really close fight. I expect Chocolatito to win it because he's the best fighter maybe on the planet, other than the guy we will have seen earlier. But this will be, I think, Chocolatito's probably his toughest opponent. It's going to be a hell of a fight. So we've got a long Saturday of pugilistic action. We've got Triple G and Brook. Triple G wins the fight, retains his middleweight championship. Later on, we have Chocolatito and Cuadras. I like Chocolatito to remain unblemished. And again, those two, Gennady and Chocolatito, 1-2-2-1, 1-2-2-1, great fighters. Have yourself some Tecate and enjoy the fights, everybody.